Tonight we're going to talk about your money or residency money and how to spend it. And I'm giving you my experience and my budget. And just a caveat, this is for a single person, first year, second year resident living in New York City. So, depending on where you end up and which state you are in, you'll probably get like 65,000 to 70,000 a year as your gross salary. During my time, this was years ago, I think I started like 62 or 63. But just in general, targeting for 65,000 or 70,000, you'll probably end up with about 3,000 or 3,500 uh, net salary after taxes, which this is how I based my budget on. So with that amount of money, $900 goes straight to rent. I told you in my previous videos I'm sharing the apartment that time with another resident, and this was in New York, so we were paying about 1,800 per month for a two-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment close to the hospital. So that's the initial 900, and then on top of that, I pay 200, 150 to 200 for utilities like gas, electricity, and then $40 for the internet. That was the cheapest we kind of got that time. And then aside from that, I spent $60 more or less in a month on my phone bills. I For the 3 years that I was in residency, I was just using a prepaid phone just because I thought it was cheaper back then. And then I allotted $400 for food, and this is probably more than I usually spent that time. And aside from that, I probably budgeted or spent about $150 to $200 per month just because I like Korean food after living in South Korea. So I end up spending money just eating Korean barbecue and drinking soju and beer. But food wise, I just have rice at home. I have kimchi and some pasta, which you can just mix and cook for a week, and that was what I did during my time to save money. And then I would send $300 to $500 back to the Philippines to my family, and I was helping my brother go to school that time. Aside from that, I have about 500 as miscellaneous on my budget just because when it's winter time you have to buy clothes and thermals and boots and stuff like that. Whatever remains from those expenses, I would just put in a Citibank savings account, and that's it. I would just leave it there. Now, just looking back, what would I have done differently? I would have just tried to minimize my expenses with food, and maybe just buy used or cheap winter clothes, and then instead of buying every year, just use them for like the whole 3 years or whenever until it's unusable. Now, I think the main regret I have during residency is that I never opened a Roth IRA. So, what is a Roth IRA? It's basically post-tax account. Whatever money you have, you can open a Roth, and then you can buy stocks or mutual funds or index funds, and that basically grows. This is I would say an opportunity of a lifetime, just because during residency training you you are in that tax bracket which would qualify you to open a Roth IRA. Um, I definitely missed 3 years of that savings, because that time, if I had that account and bought like Apple or Microsoft or even Tesla, then I would probably be rich by now. So those are two main things. I would just have saved more, spent less, and open a Roth IRA. Now, a lot of my colleagues in New York, they were paying extra $300, $500 for parking. And I think that's one expense that I was able to escape from, just because we rented an apartment closer to the hospital, and so it saved me a lot of money. I took the subway, and I took the bus, so that really helped with my savings. Well, this is just my budget. I know you guys would have a different way of um spending or budgeting your money, but I basically pay my apartment, the apartment, and the utilities, and then food, and then send money home. But I would advise, once you're in residency training, especially that it's the like you're 6 months or 3 months in, I would open a Roth IRA, and you can thank me later once you have this thing done. If you have any questions and comments, leave me leave me a comment in this YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook as well, and please add me if you're open to talking. Have a wonderful night, and Happy New Year.